60. Okay, I sound normal now? Thank God.
You're a little bit loud now.
Eesh, sorry.
It's okay.
Welcome back, everyone. Ace Attorney.
Hi.
We are finishing up chapter 4. 3? I don't know. We're finishing this chapter. I went to go get my dinner while we were waiting, which is leftovers from yesterday.
Nice.
Nice.
But let's get into the game, I guess. This is like the final confrontation.
Oh, nice. I'm not too loud, right?
No,
Yeah,
you're
you
fine.
sound good now.
Okay, thank God.
Where is my walkthrough?
Did my model just disappear?
You're still there for me.
Yeah, I see you.
You're just in your normal clothes now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, wait, let me... It says that I'm... Oh, no.
Yeah. Ugh.
Oh, no. Okay.
Should be good, right? Yeah.
Okay,
What did I do?
this episode of Eclipse Plays is gonna be a bit
Wait, why
shorter.
am I here? Why am I here twice?
What?
What's happening?
Oh, you seem good.
What?
Are we almost
What?
done with this chapter?
Yeah, this is the end of the
Ah.
chapter.
It says
Okay,
I'm in the
okay.
video ninja twice. Hold on, I'm gonna actually kill my model and come back.
Yeah, this is the last part of chapter 4.
Okay, cool. I don't know why I was like prepping myself for this to be like a really long stream.
I think I was talking about parts being long last time, but this last bit, the next chapter, the next like full episode is quite long. So probably our episodes after this one are gonna be quite long.
Is this the last Ace Attorney of the year, or
I think it.
it might maybe?
I think it will be
some holiday stuff.
Yeah, I wanted to do holiday stuff.
Yeah. Dang.
So yeah, this will be our last Ace Attorney of 2024.
Crazy. How long have we been doing Ace Attorney now?
Almost 2 years.
Yeah, pretty much the entire before we were Eclipse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. It's amazing.
Crazy.
My model is locked and ready for me, for you.
So now we're on the 4th game in the series.
Yeah.
So we've
Much
gotten
time has
through
passed.
4 games in 2 years.
Dang.
That's kind of crazy.
Yeah. I mean, they're like relatively long games, so I mean,
Yeah, I mean, when I play them on my own, it definitely took a while
yeah.
to get through them.
We're reading everything out loud and
Oh my gosh, those are like good memories because I played all of them on my DS. So I would be like during college or whatever. I would play on my DS in bed or in high school. Like I would play it at my friend's house and we'd do the voices together. Like I remember one time she was sleeping over and I woke up earlier than her. So I picked up the DS and started playing Ace Attorney. And then she woke up a little ways later and started watching me play, and then we were doing the voices while I played on my DS.
That's fun.
I miss having a DS. I had 3D. I had a 3DS.
Yeah,
Mm,
I have
me too.
3DSs.
I have a
Oh.
3DS as well.
Oh hell
I
yeah!
have the DS Lite in rose gold, a burgundy DSi XL, and a blue 3DS XL.
Dang, I didn't know they made them in burgundy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I had a okay. My very first DS was a DS Lite.
Mm.
It was a what color was it? I think it was pink.
Mm.
I don't remember what color it was, but my mom won it from an arcade game.
Oh,
Ooh.
dang.
Ooh.
So I had a DS Lite for a while,
Mm-hmm.
and then when the DSi came out, we decided to, or wait, no, it was the other way around. So I had a DS Lite already somehow, and then my mom won the DSi at the arcade. It was a blue, like dark blue DSi. So awesome. I regret this decision every day, but when the 3DS came out, we like pawned it in and bought the 3DS instead. And I love the 3DS. I definitely think it's better than the DSi. Just because of the backwards compatibility and all the other features, even though it doesn't have the extra thing. But anyway, we got the 3DS. It was like a red 3DS. And then, you know, I'd go like periods on and off, but that was like my DS that I had for most of the time. And then there was like a 2-year period. In that period, I moved and I lost my DS.
No.
And I lost the case that it was inside of, so I lost a bunch of games too.
No.
And I don't know if it's just like miles deep in storage in some random bin, or if I left it somewhere while we were moving, or if one of the movers stole it or something. So I got a new 3DS, and this, like, I mean the OG, like the little square 3DS.
Yeah.
So I bought one. I bought another one recently, so now I have like a turquoise teal 3DS, and I installed some software onto it.
Oh, cool.
Because I didn't want to buy all those games again, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So that's my current DS. I absolutely love the little square OG 3DS.
Yeah.
Perfect console, in my opinion.
I have to run upstairs for 1 second. I'll be back.
Right.
I have a. I think that's like one of the first consoles I remember being mine, rather than like my brother's that I just used because. Yeah, I don't know. It was the like OG DS. My oldest brother bought it for me and my middle brother, and it was one of those like dark blue, like clunky DS. And then later on, like in high school, one of my really good friends gave me his old DS 3DS because he was getting the newer one. So I have a little purple 3DS.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah, but I didn't ever get any of the newer versions because I just kept playing on that forever.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like the 2DS was probably like the most useless thing ever.
Yeah, that's
Because
fair.
like the whole appeal about the DS was that you could like close it and like take it with you.
Yeah, true.
Such a great piece of technology. I love a DS.
I love a DS. I've been looking into buying I want to buy a GameCube.
Oh yeah.
But I want to get like custom like shell, like a custom shell for it.
Ooh.
Because we used to have one growing up, and like me and my brother would play hella games on it, but we haven't had it for like years. So I've been looking into on Etsy. There's like these suppliers from Japan who can send you like OG like console parts and stuff.
Oh.
And then I really like the transparent mods and like, well, not necessarily mods. There are mods for like your controllers and stuff you can get, but I love old Nintendo products that are that like clear, transparent look. So I want to add that to arsenal of things that I have, because I think I told Feathers, but like I found a Dreamcast in my like brother's old stuff.
I've always wanted a Dreamcast.
And I don't know if it still works, but we don't have all the cords and stuff for it, so I'm probably gonna have to search for those. But I was so stoked. I was like, God damn. I got so excited.
Yeah, like almost exactly oppositely. I had an old GameCube given to me.
Oh yeah.
And I think because it's hella old and was in like an attic or something, and it won't turn on, but I have a suspicion it could just be that it's full of like dust and probably like spiders.
Yeah.
So
probably.
I want to clean it out, and I think I could get it working again, except I need those stupid Nintendo screws that are like triangle, or they're like hexagonal shaped, but like they go outward instead of inward.
Yeah.
And there's ones that are like Y shaped, and you need like a special screwdriver that you can that like they don't sell anywhere except Amazon.
Dang.
So I have to get Nintendo screwdrivers if I ever want to try to get that GameCube working.
Wish you luck in your endeavors of fixing that thing.
All right, but let's
Oh, wait. I have a work story. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Okay, sorry. I was so silent because I actually lost my Apple Pen in between us starting and like us saying we were gonna start and like us starting, and I was like on a mad rampage to find it. I found it.
Nice.
But so, all right. For those in chat unfamiliar, I work at what I refer to as Red Walmart. And it is in fact Black Friday. So that's why my voice sounds the way that it does if it sounds a little destroyed. So I'll try and make it short, but basically I'm training this kid who's like 16. I am very much not 16. I am many a year past 16. And he's like really, really nice, but like he's like extremely off the walls, like crazy, like super ADHD off the walls, and like pounding energy drinks, like like not even like the normal energy. He's like pounding like the big energy drinks, and like he like cannot focus on his tasks whatsoever. So we have like a whole bunch of work to do, and it's like me and the manager and like some other people, and this kid comes in and we're like, okay. And I'm trying to tell him, all right, so this is what we have to get done. We have to like push all this stuff out on like this big, it's called the U-boat. It's a big like 3-tiered metal rack that you stack boxes on. And I'm like, okay, we have to push out this U-boat, and then we have 2 more and this stuff in the cage that's been there for weeks that we need to clear. Okay, we need to get all of that done before the end of the night, all right? And he's like, yeah. And I'm like, this is not a yeah. So I'm like, all right. I'm trying to like be like, okay, we have to like do this thing. We gotta like get our work done. We gotta get this done. And he's like taking off and like walking all around everywhere and like zipping all over the place. And I keep being like, okay, we need to get this done. We need to have all this pushed out, okay? And he's like, but yeah, my knee hurts and it's like swollen and stuff. And like, I can't stand for long periods of time. And I'm like,
Oh, no.
but you're running all around the store. So, you know, as the day progresses, I'm trying to tell him like, okay, we need to get this boat pushed out. And I'm like, I'm gonna go on my break. And this needs to be done. And he's like, before the end of the night. And I'm like, no, by the time I get back, this has to be done. And he's like, what? And I'm like, yes. Otherwise, someone's gonna get stuck with it. And he's like, oh, that's gonna be me. I work in the morning. Oh, yeah. And it's gonna be me and the manager. And I need a name for the manager. What should we call her?
Lewis.
It's a girl.
Oh,
She could be Louis.
Louisa.
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 So he's like, it's gonna be me, Louisa. And I'm like, okay, Louisa. And he's like, Louisa's gonna make me do all of it, though. Louisa's not gonna help me, though. She's gonna make... And I'm like, Louisa's job is not to help you with this. Your job is to do this. Louisa is the manager. And it's like, it's really funny because I'm like seldom like the responsible put your foot down person. But it got to a point where he would like walk over with like a pair of Beats. We were in the tech department, by the way. He would walk over with a pair of Beats and he would go, do you think I should get these Beats with my first paycheck? Do you think I should get these Beats with my first paycheck?
Oh
I want to get
God.
these Beats.
Oh, no.
And I was like, I got to the point where I was you know what I think you should do? You should push this box out so I don't have to do it later.
I was gonna
Damn.
say, like, you should earn your first paycheck first.
Yeah,
Oh
seriously.
my god, yeah, that would have been a great thing to say. So that was basically the whole day, right? So then I'm like saying, we have to backstock this cart of stuff. And he's like, I'll go do that right now. And I'm like, no, we have to push everything out first. And then all of the backstock can be done in the last 2 hours while you're here. I leave 2 hours before you. So by the time I'm done, we get everything done.
I
That
don't
didn't happen.
I don't understand why companies don't like. I get needing seasonal workers or like,
Yeah.
but I don't even know if this kid is a seasonal worker. But
Yeah, so
throwing them into something like Black Friday as like one of their first days—that's cruel and unusual. I don't understand why that's allowed.
yeah, but I was doing the work wasn't really even that bad. He just kind of needed to take all of the stuff from the text out of the tech
Yeah.
boxes and like go put it away. And if it doesn't go away, just put it inside the carriage
Yeah.
and just do that for like the whole shift. And he like was not doing that.
It's bad for everybody though, because obviously you're trying to like do normal tasks, and it's like
Yes.
also train this person.
Yeah, I was like,
Also,
we
it's
need to
Black
be
Friday.
doing this. Yeah. I was
It's-
like, we
that's
need to
dumb.
be doing this. If a customer has a question, we can like show them where it is on our device. We don't need to like go physically show
Yeah.
them. He almost sold someone like a pre-ordered online pickup PS5 that another customer had paid for. Not because
Oh.
he didn't know, he like genuinely wasn't paying attention. And
Oh,
like
no.
I was like, bro, buddy, come on, buddy. Like, no. So then the manager, Louisa, was like kind of helping us a little bit.
Mhm.
And he turns to Louisa and he says, hey, Louisa, can you backstock these? To the manager.
Bruh.
And we
Yikes.
both looked at each other and went, what? And I go, Louisa is a manager. And he's like, yeah. And I'm like, she's not gonna, no. And it was
That's
like,
kind of funny though.
yeah, it was like very unbelievable throughout the day. Apparently, he had like walked over to like this like manager's chair up in like the front office and just sat down in the manager's chair for no reason. And like the manager was like, no, you're not doing that. Get out. So then he was like, okay. And okay, so it was Louisa and like the manager of like the day like walked over to me and they were like, how you doing? And I was like, oh my god. And they were like, yeah, and he was telling me what happened and they were both laughing. And he was like, he said that you two are besties. And I gave him a
Oh,
look
no.
and the manager like like doubled over laughing at the look that I gave him. I've never seen I've never had a moment where I like bonded with my managers like this. It was so funny. And like there was this other person who's in like the mobile tech people. If you ever see like the black shirt mobile tech people at Target, they don't technically work for Target.
Oh.
And one of them was gonna be left alone with him for like 2 to 3 hours. And he was like, "Do you want to stay until 10 tonight?" And I'm like, "No, I don't want to be alone with him."
Oh my god.
It was it was like crazy. So, end of the day comes, we got nothing done. Everything I left and everything was still on the floor. I left it to this kid so that if it doesn't get done, it's not on me. So, the manager Luisa is in the back, and I run into her and I'm giving a look. And oh my gosh, my throat hurts so bad.
Oh.
I was giving a look and she was like, "Okay, I can tell by that look on your face, whatever you're about to tell me is not good news." She's like, "Are you good?" And I was like, "Oh, just the usual." And she was like, "All right, lay it on me." And you know those spider wrap things that are like wrapping like the tech stuff that you need like a magnet to take off?
Yeah.
Like those things that are like fastened and like you try to pull them off, they have an alarm. Yeah. She goes, "What happened?" And I go, "He fastened one around his head and said, 'Look, Naka, I'm a unicorn,' in the middle of the sales floor."
That is, oh god. I'm sorry.
And yeah. And
oh no.
he was like, "I want to see if this can fit around my head." And he fastened it around his head. And like, she was like, "Okay, I think we're gonna have to talk to him."
I feel like
Okay.
it's like abhorrent to tack babysitting onto
Yep.
your employee as a task to do as part of their job. I think that is like horribly unfair and also cruel to the employee.
Yeah,
It really is.
So normally what happens is the trainee will kind of shadow you but help out. The idea is that they're technically like helping out. Like the work that this kid had to do really was not that bad, especially with me like there to supervise. The goal was not for him to like be doing that. It was more or less like, I feel like in any other scenario, like when I had to train with someone, they would basically pass me off to different people, but they would have to like train me, but I would like literally be like, what do you need me to do for you to make this job easier? Like what do you need me to do? And if I'd be like, okay, and I'd like try to repeat back what they would tell me, and I would try to like do the job with them. So it was less of like babysitting and more like you just have a second employee like with you. Which I feel like most people do, is like if you have to like have someone to help out, you have to, you know, be like, what do you know, how do I like do this job with you? Which this was like, he very well knew what he had to do for his job. Like the instructions were very clear. This was just like working with a second person rather than like training someone, more or less. Because he like fully had a grasp on what he had to do for a job. He was like cashing people out and like helping customers find stuff and like doing really good in the customer service aspect. He like full well knew what he needed to do. This was supposed to be like a 2-person like job onto one, and like he just like wasn't doing it.
That's really bizarre.
Yeah.
I wonder what life circumstances lead to a person acting like that.
Yeah.
I was what were you saying?
Yeah, it sounds like he's a kind of a spoiled kid.
It was like the opposite. Well, like maybe he said that he like no shade to anybody, but like he said that he dropped out of high school and that he only had $1 in his account. But
But like, why do bad at your job if you're that desperate for money?
Because you need to keep the job.
Yeah.
Like,
if
if you have $1 in your bank account, you're not gonna act like a child at work, even if you are a child. I feel even then you should be more mature.
it's almost like he's too immature.
Oh yeah.
Or like he doesn't understand.
Like, was that real? Was he telling you the truth when he said that?
I fully believe him, but I was like, we don't know if he just didn't realize that the priority should be to push the the merchandise out instead of customer servicing. So it might just be like a pivot in like what he needs to focus on, but like I kept trying to be like, we need to get this done, and he just like wasn't doing it.
Yes, that tracks with dropping out of school. But I think we should get into the game.
Yeah.
Fair.
Anyway, that's my work story. It was just the absurdity of him looking at the manager and being like, "Hey, you do this."
That's the thing. That's like one of the things that make me think like I don't really think I could work a normal job, because having to interact with someone like that, like that would like I could not do that. Like,
yeah, I was
the second the second this person would start like pulling something or trying to joke around with me in like that obnoxious way, I would be like, I can't do this. I'm not helping you.
Yeah.
It got to that point where I was trying to do stuff, and then I literally was like, I give up on doing this job myself, because I don't want to do this completely by myself.
Yeah. No, I don't blame you.
Yeah.
I'm sorry you had to do that.
The day was entertaining nonetheless.
That's
also
fair.
What the hell has happened to my throat? Oh my god.
Oh.
I remember. Oh, well, never mind. I think we should continue with the stream.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I guess to tack one last thing onto that, so both of the jobs that I managed to land, I did not have them after like 2 days because of circumstances that were beyond my control. But I noticed that at least at these 2 places, a good at least 30% of the day, there was nothing at all to do. Like, like they would just be like, I would have to keep asking, like, is there anything else you need me to do? Or I'd even like fill the time with doing stuff that I, was being proactive about. But even then, I ran out of stuff to do so fast. And I was like, how, like, is this what, like, am I supposed to be pretending to work during this time, or should I be working 200% slower? Or the managers would give me like tasks that took like 5 minutes tops.
Yeah.
And then I'd be like, well, I can't go find the manager and be like, what do I do now?
Yeah.
So that confused me, and I really hope I can get a work from home job.
Yeah.
Okay, what are you doing here?
Ooh. Hello, mister. I'm still investigating.
But the object you're looking for is already...
Oh, Mr. Bad is here, I forgot. Kay, don't mind him. Please continue with your investigation.
Hey, you got it.
Detective Bad, haven't we already found what you were looking for?
If it means I can keep her in the dark just a little longer, any little task will do.
Oh, you're more sympathetic than I thought. Just moseying on over to the stand. I've been waiting for you, Edgeworth. I've also been waiting for the moment in which we can finally lay this case to rest. I feel like someone else needs to voice one of my characters, because I have 3 characters all talking to each other in the same scene for the rest of the chapter, so...
Okay.
I don't know if anyone wants to pick between Franziska or you or whatever.
I don't know if I could do a Franziska accent.
Yeah, you don't have to.
I could try. I could do you. You's
Okay,
pretty
yeah,
sweet.
that sounds good.
Okay. The moment in which I don't remember how you said
You can,
Okay.
yeah, that's fine.
the Sorry, I've been okay. The moment in which we can finally lay this case to rest. Wasn't that what we placed Detective Gumshoe under arrest? Oh.
Yeah, I don't know how to make that. I guess that's just like a. But I don't want to like spit every.
Yeah.
You know, you can't really
Yeah.
make that noise, especially not into like a
I can't, yeah.
microphone.
Yeah. I think we've more than solved this case already. Don't you think? Don't you? Ooh.
We'll see. It all depends on whether or not your logic holds.
Oh, I see. We have a viewer in the gallery. And why? Even Mr. Bad is here.
A viewer in the gallery? I'm hardly just a bystander.
I have a duty to see this case through to the end. No matter how it turns out.
Oh? Is that right? Anyway, I thought you might like to hear what I've slaved away to find out. I've taken statements on every single person's movements. During the time when our suspect was in the hallway. I also confirmed that there's no possible route of escape from lobby number 2. Therefore, the killer must, without a doubt, be Detective Gumshoe.
And that's all you have.
Yeah, that's all there is to my conclusion and this case.
Sorry, but I beg to differ. In a trial, there's always time for a rebuttal, and we are standing in a court of law. It'd be more than appropriate to follow the rules of court in this case, don't you think?
I knew it. I knew it.
How absolutely like a rookie to think such a thing. But alright. I'll play along and give you a proper testimony.
If my logic is correct, then I've already won. All I have to do now is prove it, by showing who the real killer is.
I knew she was gonna laugh in his face.
Everyone, sans the suspect, has an alibi for when the gun went off. Furthermore, the areas around the crime scene have all been thoroughly investigated, right? I also confirmed that there's no possible escape route from lobby number 2. Which leaves us with one unshakable conclusion, that Detective Gumshoe is the killer. Now that you have your testimony, I expect a good rebuttal, Edgeworth.
But of course. There's no need to confront her logic head-on right now. I should instead focus on drawing out any trump card she has up her sleeve. I'm going to adjust my mic real quick. I will be right back.
Okay.
So,
So?
how's everybody doing?
Us?
Hi.
Hi.
Look at me,
Hi.
everybody.
My
Hi.
throat's dying. I don't know why.
It's probably
think
because you were yelling at a child all day.
Yeah, that and being like, oh, do you need me to grab anything? Yeah, for sure I can get that. No problem. Yeah, just give me
Oh,
1 second. Oh
God.
my god.
You guys good if I tell my story?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it all goes back to the War of the Delhi.
Okay.
Everything has happened in the deli.
Yeah.
So, I understand how you feel, Naka. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Mhm.
How long have you been working there in that place?
Like almost a year.
Okay. For me, it was 3 months in. All right. A new person comes to the deli, new hire. I'm stuck with teaching them, and I'm still fresh 3 months in.
Ugh.
I know. So, the deli job.
May I interject for a moment?
Yes, you may.
I fully understand that because like I'm not part of the tech department and I'm not supposed to be part of the tech department and I learned
Oh,
what to do in tech like 3 weeks ago.
True.
Oh God.
Yeah, okay. Continue.
So, Jesus Christ. So, while working and the new hire comes in, I'm stuck with having to teach them,
Mm.
and I am not equipped to teach people because, of course, 3 months in.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I just kind of give them a rundown of what I know and how I work and my routine. But this person was a dick. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Mm.
All in all, so they were not the best. While trying to teach them and everything,
Mm-hmm.
they kept questioning why we did that
Mm.
and trying to give advice on why and what is a better routine. Like I've been to
Uh-uh.
like 3 months. 3 months is 3 months, but like, dude, come on, you just got here. And while trying to help them, so like I tell them, you have to uh go to the customer and then make sure all the other customers are well suited. And then after that, you have to grab the meat that they want, know what to cut first, and then
Mm-hmm.
clean, cut the next one, cheese, and then repeat with the
Yeah.
next customer. But you also have to look out if they want anything else after all of that, right? So you also have to ask the magic words, is that all? And
Mm.
is that all is never is that all. And so after all this, they do it at their own pace while I try to attend to the other customers.
Yeah.
And even then, they mess up not badly, but in a way where it can contaminate other meat.
Oh no.
So this person, they wanted beef, right? And you're cutting ham as well. So bloody beef on ham,
Ugh.
not the best. So normally how we do it, or how I used to do it, of course, is you cut ham first and then you
Mm.
cut beef because ham will not contaminate the beef, but beef will contaminate the ham.
Mm-hmm.
And so what they did was they cut the beef and then they put the ham on the bloody slicer.
Oh
And I
no.
told them clearly, do not do that. It's common sense. And even then, I'm still stuck trying to teach this person and attend customers. And I'm relatively new. I'm still adjusting
Mm-hmm.
to a rhythm. And I get thrown into the fucking ditch with them.
Yeah.
And even then, like this person, let's call her Susan, right? And they're like, "Oh, well, we used to do this in Walmart. Why not here?" This isn't Walmart. It's not Walmart. You're not in Walmart. We do things differently.
Yeah.
Like, Jesus Christ. I hated that I got thrown to teach someone and being new.
Yeah.
God, I hate that.
I feel like that's so common in retail though, probably just because of like turnover, they or not having enough employees available. So it's
Yeah.
like if you're even the slightest bit like um able to
If
do the
yeah, if
job,
you're like
it's like, all
competent
right,
enough
Mm.
in the job,
yes,
they're like, "Go."
you're
Uh,
competent, train them.
It's
But
like
Mhm.
we didn't
yeah.
even have like a trainer. There was no I didn't even get
Oh
training when
yeah.
I worked there, which is crazy. I worked there uh, in I would say December, or it was
Mm.
around November whenever I got the job there. And I survived Thanksgiving, Black Friday, and Christmas all in one in a few months being there. And God, was
Mm.
it hell.
Holidays
Oh,
are the worst for retail.
Oh yeah.
like just
Absolute worst.
I don't even want to know retail. I worked in the like I guess food industry for deli. That shit was
Yeah.
horrible.
I just yeah.
People
Sorry.
people are so mean for
Yeah.
meat. People are so mean, dude. Jesus Christ. God,
Any
I hate.
job providing service service industry jobs I guess I should have said are the worst for holidays. It's just like not great.
It was not the best. I hated it so much.
I don't blame you. Yeah.
Okay, that is like the reason that I'm having trouble getting a job is because so service industry, you have to interact with customers, and I have very debilitating social anxiety.
Yeah.
So that is a extremely daunting task for me. And it was very difficult when I had to do it for one of the jobs I had.
Yeah.
And then so like talking to customers is like what you do as a service worker, so I can't do that. And that's like the entry level job. So I have to figure out something where I don't have to speak to customers at all, which is very difficult.
Sign language?
That does not solve
It's
the
a bit
problem.
complicated.
I mean,
you still have to talk to people.
I still have,
you're not,
despite whether or not I speak, I still have the anxiety in my head. So
You're right.
there's no easy solution to it. I either have to get over it or find a very hard to find job.
Yeah.
I get you. I wouldn't want you to be in my position for my old jobs, I'm gonna be honest with you. Because God, I wouldn't even put my old jobs on my worst enemy. Those sucked. Those were horrible. I'm glad where I'm at.
Yeah.
Alright, we should continue with the game.
Yeah.
Already.
This is our cross-examination. We have to press everything.
Hold it!
The suspect? But I thought the Detective Gumshoe's alibi has already been proven.
Are you joking, Edgeworth?
I assure you, this is no joke.
Look, I know you heard from the judge earlier that the detective was in the hallway with Mr. Faraday's daughter eating a Swiss roll.
Yes, that is correct.
But see, that was 20 minutes before the real gunshot went off, right? And the problem is there's no one else who can corroborate what he did since the snacking.
I see she's done her research well. Which means that I should focus on drawing out whatever... Okay, that's the same.
Oh, I got hiccups. Oh God. Oh no.
Whether they have been thoroughly investigated or not is for me to decide.
The scrunched eyebrow and lines on your forehead are back. Anyway, even if you believe it hasn't been exhaustive, the crime scene, lobby number 2, has no way out other than a hallway Detective Gumshoe was standing in. And because he claimed to be there, that makes him the only possible suspect.
But isn't it also possible that someone escaped through a window and into the garden?
That's the first place everybody looked, silly. The police aren't a bunch of lazy bums. They looked into every possibility, you know. Isn't that right, Mr. Bad?
Yeah. There wasn't a scrap of evidence to suggest someone used one of the windows. There also weren't any footprints or anything in the courtyard garden.
I suppose they really did check everything that could be relevant to the case.
Hold it!
Are you absolutely positive that there are no possible routes of escape?
Of course, I'm sure.
And why are you so certain?
This is a courthouse, the place where criminals are brought to be judged. if there was an escape route, I'm sure every criminal would be using it to escape. It's just common sense.
Miles Edgeworth, I suggest you use a bit more of it in the future.
Ugh.
Hold it!
You may think it's unshakable, but to me there are still too many unanswered questions. For example, who was it that placed the gun in Mr. Faraday's hand?
But you're the only one still wondering that. Detective Gumshoe probably had no idea which hand Mr. Faraday used to write with. Even if you know someone, it doesn't mean you'll know which hand they write with, right? I mean, I certainly don't care about that sort of thing.
I'm not about to let her get a rise out of me with such a flippant statement. I suppose we've really reached the end now. I already have my trump card ready. All that remains is to play it. But before I do, I think I should inquire into a little something about her argument. You said earlier that you confirmed the alibis of every person other than the suspect. However, I don't recall either Franziska or myself speaking with you about the subject.
But there were witnesses. For you, there's your mentor who gave you an alibi.
I see.
As for the little Missy, she came to the courthouse during the recess. And stopped by a security guard at the door to the hallway. She gave him quite a whipping for that, or so I heard.
I'm the daughter of Manfred von Kammer, and I will not be forcibly stopped by a guard or bailiff or anyone else.
Wait, so basically the only reason Franziska bothered to show up today was because she found out that I was to be the replacement prosecutor? By the way, Miss Yu, what about everyone's alibis before Detective Gumshoe was assigned to guard duty?
What about them?
Have you looked into what people were doing during that span of time?
What kind of idiot do you take me for? It doesn't matter when the killer went into the lobby number 2. From the time we heard the gunshot, to the time Mr. Bad and I arrived on the scene as we dashed from lobby number 1. The only person who could have committed the crime was Detective Gumshoe.
Yes, let's talk about when you and Detective Bad heard that gunshot, shall we? I suppose that if we go by your logic, then Detective Gumshoe is the only one. However, what if the crime had occurred at an entirely different time than when that gunshot you heard went off? What then? Oh yeah,
Objection!
last
Sadly,
time...
Oh,
sorry,
yeah.
real quick, last time,
You're good.
just since it's relevant, we learned about the TV
Mhm.
making the gunshot noise that traveled through the windows.
Mhm.
So this is, I believe that's what Edgeworth is trying to bring up.
Yeah.
Not
Sad-
the balloon.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
That's okay. I didn't know if we were still going. Okay. Sadly, your explanation is very lacking, Edgeworth. The gunshot we heard in lobby number 1. Care to explain how that could have been fabricated? The tape.
Take that!
That tape?
Yes, it's exactly what you think it is. This is the surveillance tape of Mr. Rell the prosecution presented in today's trial. This was found loaded in the video player in lobby number 2. That was connected to the large television that had its volume turned all the way up.
You can't honestly mean that the sound we heard was a gunshot in a video.
But I do, which leads me to my next point. The murders occurred much earlier than when anyone heard the gunshot.
She's stressed.
That's the only thing I can think of, too.
After committing double homicide, the killer took the surveillance video out from Mr. Faraday's evidence bag, turned the television's volume all the way up, and left the video to play. If played from the beginning, it would take 30 minutes for the gunshot sound to come on. And since we now know that this method of time manipulation is possible, It opens up the possibility that the killer is someone other than Detective Gumshoe.
Objection!
Sounds from a television doesn't amount to much here. But of course, Mr. Prosecutor Edgeworth and Little Miss Von Karma already knew that much from the very beginning, right?
Of course we knew, didn't we, Miles?
Yes, of course. We know about the soundproof quality of this courthouse's rooms. Of course, I'm not about to admit we had no idea until only a little while ago.
That's right. And if the rooms are soundproof, then we should not have been able to hear it. And yet, we heard the gunshot clear as day.
And?
And that's it. End of story.
But it's not. He's such an asshole.
Yeah.
Is that so?
Is that so?
Are you sure about that?
There is, actually, one common point between lobby number 1 and lobby number 2. And it is that despite the fact that both rooms have air conditioners installed, a window was open in each. Now we know that the window in lobby number 2 was opened by the killer. However, a window in lobby number 1 was also opened.
Objection!
It's probably just coincidence that they were both open at the time.
Objection!
It was no mere coincidence, I assure you. Why was the window open in lobby number 1? The answer is that a certain person did something to cause the window to be opened. The person who triggered that action, that person is the real guilty party. And if you remember what that action was, then it's pretty clear now who he thinks it is.
I think I know.
The real killer in this double murder is... Oh, well, I guess now's the chance.
Whoa.
Who is that? What is the figure in the bottom left corner? I don't remember that.
It was K.
It's the
It was
Oh.
K.
That's the
Yatagarasu.
Yatagarasu.
I see.
It was the little girl.
It was the judge.
It was the judge.
He
was
killed
the
them
freaking judge, dude.
telepathically while he was on the toilet.
He killed him with his beard.
No.
Do you guys, think you know who it was?
Francisca. It was her. It's been her all this time.
Well,
No,
do you...
nah. My brain kind of like went. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, last episode, while we were looking at the open window, we asked, or we figured out why the window that you and Bad were in was open.
Yeah.
And they explained why they opened it, and it's a pretty common... The logic was a little, goofy, I think, but they opened up the window to air it out.
Okay.
From a really strong smell that a person, one of the two people in the room supplied.
So it was the lady.
Take that!
You.
Miss Callisto Yu, I hereby formally indict you of the murder of Mr. Faraday and Mr. Rell. What?
You indict me?
Ooh.
Are you serious, Miles? Why do you think she is the killer?
I don't understand her motive just yet. But of course I'm serious, because she is the only one who could have done it. Well, Miss Yu, do you still feel like laughing now?
Of course I do, Edgeworth.
My argument must not be tight enough yet.
Although I never thought things would spiral into this. But I'll have you know, I'm enjoying this dance quite a bit. I guess this means it's time for my own rebuttal now, right?
Ooh.
You argue that the window was opened. However, do you have proof it was I who did it? Furthermore, do you have the proof that the tape was used in committing the crime? Frankly, I'm shocked at you for going around accusing people of murder like this. Especially with logic as full of holes as yours.
This is where it really starts. I mustn't let my guard down for even a second, or the truth will blow away. Now is the time to put the patented Von Karma perfect proof to the test. Let's see. Okay.
Love when the music does the thing.
Hold it!
Hold it. Full of holes? Well, I suppose it might be.
Oh, admitting to your faults now, are we?
At this point in time, is what I meant to say.
Should I take that to mean that you're just a sore loser?
No matter how full of holes my logic may be right now, if I plug them one at a time, I will ultimately make my way to the truth.
What a paradox. Take care to not fall into one of those holes before you fill it up.
Miles, you remember, don't you? About why a window in lobby number 1 was opened?
Yes, of course I do. And that's how I'll attack. I'll present the reason why the window had to be opened. Oh wait. Wait, did I press the wrong one? Oh, I did. Okay, I scrolled too far.
Holes. Full of holes. Cheese.
Hold it!
What's that guy's name? His coat. Holes.
Detective Bad.
Detective Bad. Holes. The 2000... I don't know what year that movie came out. Anyways.
It was like 2002 or something.
Yeah, it's a good movie.
I haven't seen it. I only know of it through Super Mega.
No way! Oh my god, Feathers, you have to watch Holes.
I kind of want to.
We got her.
It's a Disney
I haven't
Channel
seen it
movie,
either.
right?
No way! Oh my god.
I know
it's a classic.
so much of it because of Super Mega,
That's
because
fair.
they talk about holes all the time. So I know like some parts, like some of the songs, and I know like the
Yeah.
characters' names and like plot points.
That's so funny. It's worth a watch. We'll have to watch it sometime.
Okay. Evidence? All I need to do is have some prints analyzed and we'd know straight away.
Be my guest.
She sounds as though she has the room to maneuver, which means, even if we were able to lift prints, they'd only show that it was someone else. But why that someone was forced to open the window? That's simple logic.
What's wrong? The scrunched eyebrows line up on your forehead. They're all back. More importantly, are you gonna be okay not running a fingerprint analysis?
Yes, I'll be fine.
Oh, well in that case, I'll just continue with my testimony, alright?
Okay, present.
Objection!
Ooh, hell yeah.
I'm sure you've seen this before, haven't you, Miss Yu?
Edgeworth, I never knew you were into wearing that kind of perfume. It's not exactly what I'd recommend for boys, you know.
What? This
Damn.
isn't mine?
That's right, it's mine, and I received it from Detective Bad, you see.
Miss Yu, you can pretend all you like, but we know at least this much is for sure. That you are the one who gave this bottle of perfume to Detective Bad.
And you're super easy to rile up. So, what about the perfume?
While you were in lobby number 1, you made a big show of spilling some of this perfume. That's according to Detective Bad.
Oh, I know.
You also knew that if you spilled it, he would naturally move to open a window.
Objection.
Come now, I've already told you that's all just a big coincidence. After we opened the window in lobby number 1, I just left it open, you know? So maybe it was just dumb luck that we heard a gunshot through the window.
Objection.
The timing of when you were going to spill the perfume is something you could control. And the most important fact about this case is when people were made to hear the shot. Furthermore, it would have been pointless if you didn't have an alibi for yourself at the time.
You mean?
Miss you were the one who called Detective Bad into lobby number 1, when you saw him bring Detective Gumshoe to the hallway. Is that correct? All of today's premeditated events could only have been thought up by you, Miss Yu.
You accuse me of murder on the fact that I spilled a little perfume. Well, allow me to say this much. I couldn't have killed Mr. Faraday.
Would you care to testify as to why?
Look, I've had a lot of fun today, really. But I grow weary of this game of cat and mouse. Let's make this the last testimony and wrap this up. Wrap this absurd case once and for all.
Alright. The last testimony.
Last testimony.
The last testimony.
Accusing someone of murder over spilled bottle of perfume is a bit over the top. But I suppose forgery of evidence is to be expected of a disciple of Von Karma. In any case, it simply could not have been me who killed Mr. Faraday. After all, I don't even know where the knife that was used to kill him came from.
Miles, her testimony is flawless. Yes, but no matter what sort of trick she may try to pull, she won't escape me. And if I'm lacking information, I'll just draw it out of her. Okay.
Hold it.
At this rate, she will inevitably escape. But if she really was the one who killed Mr. Faraday, then she must have known about the existence of the knife. I'm sorry, Miss Yu. Maybe you weren't aware. However, the knife that was used to kill Mr. Faraday was taken from his evidence bag. Miles, what do you think you're doing? I'm drawing the truth out of her. That's what I'm doing.
Huh? But I don't recall a knife being presented at the trial earlier today.
Well, I suppose that's because the evidence was something Mr. Faraday had yet to use.
So that's what you're trying to do? Look, why don't you cut it out with the lies? I've already figured you out. There was no knife inside Mr. Faraday's evidence bag. The only evidence he had yet to present was the key the Yatagarasu sent. And unless a key can magically turn into a knife, you really don't have a leg to stand on.
Funny you should say that.
Oh no.
Oh.
Do you really think you could trap me? Come on now, be honest.
I never intended to do such a thing. It was all a misunderstanding on my part. In any case, I wonder if you might append what you just said to your testimony?
Sure, why not? I'll even say it as many times as you'd like.
Oh.
Hey, I'm a G sandwich.
I'm on cheese sandwich.
Objection.
Miss Yu, I wonder if you might take a look at this photo for me?
Oh.
This is a picture of the key the Yatagarasu sent to the police. However, while it may look like a key at first glance, it in fact has the secret ability to transform into a knife. Which means that what was inside Mr. Faraday's bag was both the Yatagarasu's key and the murderous knife. You knew that the key was inside Mr. Faraday's bag, did you not?
Yes.
Well, with the Yatagarasu's key alone, it's more than possible to kill Mr. Faraday.
Ugh.
Do you understand now? Just knowing of the existence of the Yatagarasu's key.
Mm.
I still haven't had a good look at it. Showing it to me from that far away, you could be lying for all I know.
You would, even now, still feign ignorance?
I'm not paying anything. But we can't have you accusing me of a crime with false evidence now, can we? I mean, Mr. Von Karma, I've heard some very interesting rumors about him.
Ugh, are you mocking my papa?
Don't you dare sully the good name of my mentor. Now take a good look. This piece of evidence is more than real.
Wow. Who knew there was such a trick to this thing?
Are you satisfied now? But of course, you knew from the very beginning, didn't you? You knew that the knife and the Yatagarasu's key are one and the same. Otherwise, someone like you, who isn't a member of law enforcement and who would never have been privy to this trick, would have never known about it to begin with. That's true, huh? She shouldn't have known about the key at all since the defense, or the prosecution, hadn't presented it yet.
Look how fast she's putting that makeup on.
Furthermore, there's something that the Yatagarasu sent to the police. How did you have knowledge as to what it was?
Actually, I heard it from Mr. Faraday. Just before he dragged Mr. Rell off, he told me. Oh, that's right. I almost forgot. He also told me about the key turning into a knife at that time.
You were just acting like you just found that out. Like you were just saying like, oh, okay, I would have never guessed that. You just said that.
Nuh-uh.
No.
But he didn't tell me about how the key actually transforms.
Objection!
What you are saying is simply not possible.
Oh? And why not?
Because Mr. Faraday himself didn't know about the hidden knife within the key. But within these pages he mentions nothing about a knife.
Objection!
I'm not sure he would have written everything in his organizer, you know. Wouldn't something of this importance be better left to oral communication?
Objection!
Unfortunately, that is also impossible, because Detective Bad didn't know about the knife aspect either. What would have been highly classified information, even within the police force, and as something that even the lead detective on the case didn't know. Why would Mr. Faraday have felt the need to share such information with the opposition?
Yeah, I guess he wouldn't have much of a reason to. What is that? It's fine. Looks like I gave a pretty lame excuse, huh?
How can you laugh at a time like this?
She probably just realized the flaw in her logic and is actually in a panic over it.
But that's not something we need to concern ourselves with. I suppose you're right. Miss Yu, I'd like to state that I also know how you know the real nature of the knife. I think it's so intriguing, it's so interesting how he treats Franziska a lot as his equal, even though she's like almost half his age.
Yeah.
Like, he doesn't undermine her or anything, think lowly of her. Like, he lets her, like, give him advice sometimes, like just right then. I think that's such an interesting detail. I'd like to state, I already read this, but I'll say it again. I'd like to state that I also know how you know the real nature of the knife.
Do you now? Well, why don't you put your money where your mouth is and show me?
Oh, I will, and I'll wipe that smile off your face by the time we're through. This is it, the moment of truth, the secret behind the Atagarasu's key. Only one person would have had knowledge of it from the get-go. Ooh, who would know from the start that the Atagarasu's key could change into a knife?
Hey.
Okay.
Hey, Faraday.
You're pretty close.
Bad?
No, he didn't know about it.
Yeah, he did
Oh,
not
right.
know.
The Yatagarasu?
Yeah, I mean, the
Himself.
Yatagarasu is the one who sent it, right?
True.
Take that!
There's only one person who would have known about the dual nature of the key.
And that is...
And that is the person who sent the Yatagarasu's key to the police. That is to say, the Yatagarasu herself.
Oh.
Are you saying that this lawyer is the great thief Yatagarasu? Miss Yu, you used Mr. Rel to lure Mr. Faraday into a trap, didn't you? You, who profess to bear a grudge against criminals, why? Why do something like this?
Oh my god.
Oh my god, it's still going, okay. Who would have thought that you, a stupid rookie prosecutor, would see through me? You're sending the biggest chill down my spine right now, Edgeworth. This feeling of the thrill, it's even greater than when I need to sneak into someplace.
You killed Faraday. Why? Answer me. Callisto, you.
Callisto you, huh? That's not my real name. Because my real identity is, yes, the great thief Yatagarasu. Let me tell you something, Edgeworth. Mr. Faraday was one difficult man to deal with. For you see, he had discovered my true identity. Which is why I had to erase him from the world of law. I made Rel an offer, an acquittal for a little favor in return.
I just want to comment on this real quick. This is how the sprite looked in the original.
Yeah.
Like, I always thought it looked so unfinished. Like, it looks so unpolished compared to, like...
The mouth and the, like...
The arms are, like,
beard hair.
backwards.
Yeah. It's like the face... It's like the details of the face aren't done.
Yeah.
They're, like,
Yeah,
a little
'cause, like,
squiggly.
I remember that it was always like... It was always like that. I just remember that thinking that when I played it originally.
Mm.
Like, I don't know why they never bothered to finish this drawing.
I don't know. Rushed upon release.
Maybe they... Yeah, I guess...
But this is the, like, remaster.
Yeah, you think they would have noticed
Changed
that?
it, but...
I don't know, maybe... I don't know.
Yeah. Looks like Nagito Lover's uncle, apparently. All he had to do was accuse Mr. Faraday of being the Yatagarasu in court. But once we entered the recess, Rel was dragged off by Mr. Faraday. which threw my plan into complete mess. I chased after them and eavesdropped on them through a crack in the door. That Rel caves to only two things, money and authority, just as all thugs do. I feared my plan was going to be ruined if Mr. Faraday held on to Rel any longer. Plus, if I had let them continue on the way they were, I would have been found out.
It's also an interesting choice to use purple for the strings of her earrings to differentiate them from her hair. I feel like it stands out so much. Like, just use that color for the third one at that point.
That's why I had no choice. I had to kill them both.
But didn't you say that you despised criminals?
But do I really?
You. Have you forgotten about the KG8 incident too?
Maybe.
What sort of woman would... So then, was it your plan to kill Mr. Faraday with the very evidence that you sent?
Well, I had a good idea of what Mr. Faraday was going to do. I anticipated that Mr. Faraday was going to prove that Rel wasn't the Yatagarasu by using this Yatagarasu's key as evidence, and that he would bring it with him. Which is why I thought to use the knife portion. With a weapon as well disguised as this one, no one would be the wiser. Because who in their right mind would think something like this could be a weapon? I casually entered lobby number 2 on the pretext that I had to talk with Mr. Faraday. And in order to get in with him, I pretended to be worried about something. He then let me hold the Yatagarasu's key, just like that. He never noticed that I had changed the key into a knife inside the plastic bag.
Ooh.
Ooh.
This is the setup for the next episode, I think. The details in this shot.
Yeah. Interesting. And he didn't have the chance to take note of the knife that took his life.
How could you kill him?
I knew him for a long time, you know. At the very least, I thought to give him a quick and painless death.
But if you killed Mr. Faraday first, there was no need for you to kill Mr. Rel as well.
I believe I mentioned why we were placing Detective Gumshoe under arrest. Something about having accidentally created an eyewitness. And how that led to the killer thinking about setting them up as though they'd killed each other.
Then the trick with the surveillance tape.
Yes, I hadn't actually planned to use a gun. The risk was too high that I'd be caught. However, that's when I remembered the existence of that surveillance tape. Which is why I had Rel help me set up the crime scene. And after all was said and done, I rewarded him for all the hard work with a bullet.
You're a defense attorney, aren't you? How could you betray a client?
Client? If you want to talk about who was a client of whose first, it was me. I was the client in the murder of the Cadopian embassy staff member, Dyed Man.
You ordered a hit job?
You still haven't figured it out, Mr. Bad. I had Dyed Man killed because he was about to give away info about the smuggling ring. Now, who exactly do you think would benefit from such an assassination?
Can't be. You're...
That's right. I'm a member of the smuggling ring.
How could this...
You don't mean you're working with Manny? You're working with Manny too? Do you?
Maybe not. Guess you'll never know.
The Yatagarasu claims to be noble, but you're just another cold-blooded murderer.
That's right, little girl. The Yatagarasu is another killer.
Be quiet, you.
Yatagarasu, you can run from the law, but you'll never escape it. So just humbly accept the judgment of this court.
Hey, Edgeworth. Do you know the Yatagarasu has 3 legs? Do you know why that is?
Mm.
No? Well, let me tell you. It means that the Yatagarasu has no more than one razor-sharp way to do her work.
Oh!
Oh! She's got a gun!
Oh!
Whoa! Somebody do something. You really are too naive, Edgeworth. You even handed the Yatagarasu's key right to me without a second thought. Everything may not have gone according to plan, but I'll still gladly take it.
Ugh. You mean the key was your real target?
And even after I gave you such great advice, didn't I tell you to always keep a good eye on a criminal? Or you may regret what comes of your negligence.
You two, get down!
My body. I can't move.
Oh my gosh, poor Franziska. Hey, Mr. to your right!
Oh.
Oh,
Oh.
You!
Are you alright, Franziska? I'm perfectly fine, Miles. Voice is shaking, but it looks like she's unharmed. Where did Kay go? That's a gunshot.
Uh-oh.
Ooh.
Oh, no.
oh.
Ooh.
Oh, sorry, but it looks like she got away. I called the precinct. They should have a perimeter set up soon.
Detective Bat, are you alright? I heard a gunshot.
I'm okay. Just got another hole in my jacket.
Ooh.
He may say he's fine, but he looks quite shaken.
Pretty sure you got shot. But more importantly, boy, I mean, Mr. Edgeworth. Oh, look at him! Oh, he's warming up, okay. Miss Von Karma. Are you too hurt?
I'm absolutely fine. I'm also alright, thanks to Kay.
Speaking of Kay, where is she?
I don't know. She just sort of disappeared.
I'll go look for her. Oh, and hey, Detective Gumshoe?
Yes, sir. Detective Bad, sir.
I'm sorry I doubted you.
Don't worry, sir. It's not your fault. Well, I lied to you guys too, after all.
I heard about what happened from Kay. Lying while giving testimony is still unforgivable. But in this case, you were protecting Kay and her feelings. Looks like you just might have what it takes to be a real detective. Now, don't you ever lose that detective spirit, okay?
Hey, you got it, Pops.
Pops, watched one too many detectives dramas recently, have we?
Way to single-handedly destroy the cheery atmosphere with one snarky comment.
I should get back to investigation. I swear, I'll catch you if it's the last thing I do.
Be careful, Detective Bad, and take care.
Thanks. Well, I'm off. Maybe we'll run into each other again someday.
Gumshoe's so kawaii.
Thanks a bunch, pal. You're the best. You really did find out the truth behind everything.
Yes, well, I'm glad we solved everything before you were taken to prison.
Oh.
Oh, he's so sad.
I can't believe how much trouble I caused you with my testimony, Detective Gumshoe.
Nah, it was no problem, really. I mean, I lied too, so I didn't help anything. It's really not your fault, Your Honor.
Well, even if we didn't have his honor's testimony, I think that Zoya would have found another way to get you convicted on her behalf.
Yeah, I can't believe I was about to get fired during my first week as a detective.
That's a crazy case to have on your first week.
Yeah.
Seriously, damn.
Well, so long as you're not fired, you should work hard, give all that you have, and perform your duties well. Oh, and one more thing. Kay left a present for you with me.
She did? Oh, what is it?
What was it that Kay left for me? The proof of their friendship? I think it's the Swiss roll.
Yeah.
It has to be.
Yeah.
Swiss
Swiss
roll.
roll.
Swiss roll.
It's a courthouse special Swiss roll. Can I really have it?
Yes, it's a present meant for you, after all.
Thanks a bunch. You have no idea how happy this makes me, pal. I'm gonna eat this right now.
Sure, go ahead. Swiss rolls Detective Gumshoe and Kay bought together. Well, the one Kay saved never reached her father. It would appear that her sentiments have touched the heart of this detective.
He's so happy, it's as though he's having a welcome back celebration of his own.
Well, I was asked by Kay to give it to him.
Whoa, that was good, pal. I can't believe I got to eat 2 of these delicious things in one day. It's like I'm in Swiss roll paradise or something. I've gotta thank Kay myself. Hey, wait, where is she?
He only noticed just now? Was his mind not present when we discussed her earlier? Detective Bad left to go search for her earlier. Maybe you should go join him.
Yeah, you betcha, pal. I'm gonna go help him. Oh, but first... You know what, pal? Actually, I guess I shouldn't be so rude to you anymore, huh?
Oh.
I'm gonna stick right by your side from now on, Mr. Edgeworth, sir.
Why? In this picture, Edgeworth looks so like generic anime pretty boy.
Yeah.
It's because he's, I think, I don't know.
It's like the angle makes his head look
Yeah.
really pointy. Looks very yaoi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yowie?
Yeah, I think whoever, I don't know if she designed them or if she just drew, I think she just drew them for promotional materials.
Mm.
I feel like she had to have designed them though, but like, there was like one of the artists was like, her previous work was working on yaoi manga.
Oh, interesting.
And then I know that
both Ron Delight and Maximilian Galactica were created with yaoi fans in mind.
Oh my god.
That makes so much sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is a great picture.
That's so funny.
I sense nothing but a most troublesome relationship from that ominous statement.
We should go home too, Miles. We have to hurry and report what has happened to Papa.
Agreed. Well, I'm afraid we must be going now, Detective.
Roger, sir. And don't you worry, I'll investigate the next case we're on real well.
I'll, be counting on you. Scent of trouble is definitely in the air.
He's counting on me, huh?
Thus, like a bad dream, my first outing at court came to a disturbing end. A few months later, I was finally able to properly stand in court as a prosecutor. But the detective in charge of the investigation was, as I dreaded, Detective Gumshoe. After that, he became my direct subordinate. I've tried, but words fail to describe the immeasurable suffering he has caused me. But I suppose that's just how things are. As for the little girl who suddenly disappeared, she's now...
Mm.
Ugh,
Ugh.
it was all a flashback.
Oh my god. We're
No, I
here.
looked to the left.
Oh. He saw the whole thing. So, do you remember now?
Oh my god.
Yeah, that was literally just like entire flashback.
Wow.
I forgot that we were even here.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was kind
I
of
forgot
good.
about the building. Oh my god. What?
Yes, I remember everything. Okay, it's been a while.
Hey, you sure grow up a lot.
Thank goodness, I thought you two had totally forgotten about me.
You know about you after all that. Where have you been all this time?
Gummy, I didn't know you cared! After my father died, I went to go live with my mother's relatives. They lived really far away, so I wasn't able to come back here all that much. And now I'm British.
Now I'm British.
Oh, is that what happened? Well, I'm glad you're all right.
So, does it all make sense now?
You betcha it does.
Oh, you know what? I was going through my father's bookshelves recently and...
Actually, there are still a number of things that don't make sense, Kay.
Yeah.
Huh?
First of all, why did you come all this way to see me? And second, why are you calling yourself the Yatagarasu? The Yatagarasu is Callisto Yu, the woman who killed your father.
No, you're wrong. The real Yatagarasu was my father.
Mr. Faraday was the Yatagarasu?
Like I said, I was going through my father's bookshelf recently, and I found a secret diary hidden amongst his books.
Mm.
I have no regrets in choosing to walk the path of the Yatagarasu.
Ooh.
That was written in his diary, and that's how I know for sure.
But that's impossible.
What's with that look? You don't believe me?
It wasn't just the expression on my face. I clearly said it was impossible just now. That's like the same sentiment as like... It's like the smiling friends bit. Like, I already said yes.
Right, then how do you explain this?
That episode.
It's a way of disarming any security system of the user's choosing.
Yep. That's a little thief, truth be told. This is the Yatagarasu's greatest secret. And this little gizmo was used by my father.
Wow, Mr. Faraday wasn't just a great prosecutor, he was a really great thief, huh?
Yeah, my father worked really hard to steal the truth. But he was killed, and the Yatagarasu is no more. But despite that, the Yatagarasu has been spotted again recently.
Someone other than you?
Here, Mr. Edgeworth. Take a look at this article.
Wait, when you said you, was it YOU or
No,
was it?
yeah, it was YOU. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
YOU.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
The Yatagarasu sent the embassy a calling card?
Yeah, meaning this person's a fake. I'm almost certain that Callisto you lady is behind this. Because the real Yatagarasu would never send something like a Gordy card out.
But the Yatagarasu did send a white card along with anything to be publicized. That's what Detective Bad told me 7 years ago, if memory serves.
Well, as soon as I heard the news, I got all wound up, and I knew I couldn't just let it go. So I searched you out, so that I could obtain the truth behind the Yatagarasu. Because if anyone can help me find it, I figured it's you, Mr. Edgeworth.
So you're saying that I have your father's and Miss Yu's identities backwards?
Yes, because the real Yatagarasu was noble to the end. And I want to revive the real noble Yatagarasu. If I don't, my father will never be able to rest in peace.
Okay.
Hey, you're so honorable. I don't care what anyone else thinks. I'll always be here to cheer you on, pal.
Even if you are honorable, a thief is a thief. And if you are plotting to commit a crime, then I'm afraid I can't be complicit.
Mr. Edgeworth. You guys are not making it easy for me. Who am I supposed to support now?
Mr. Edgeworth, what I want from you is not to steal something. What I want is the arrest of that evil woman.
That evil woman. You mean Callisto Yu?
I think it's too hard for me to catch her all by myself. But I thought that since you are able to expose her for who she is, then maybe... Please, Mr. Edgeworth, won't you help me?
Come to think of it, I do believe I owe you.
Huh? Owe me for what?
When Miss Yu made her escape, it was you who saved my life. Furthermore, you helped me with the investigation today. I'm not so rude as to leave favors unrepaid.
And you mean...
Yes. That case has been weighing down my soul ever since that fateful day. Perhaps the time has come to settle things once and for all. If you don't intend to sully your hands in a crime, then I believe I can help you.
Thank you!
Yay, Mr. Edgeworth, sir! Isn't that great game?
I'm just imagining him, like, jumping up and down and, like... like, yay!
Yippee!
like,
Oh my
tapping his
God.
feet together.
Little tip taps.
Yeah, it sure is gummy.
Even though he had completely forgotten about her until just now. Ugh. What is with their chummy relationship?
Someone's jealous.
There's the Swiss rolls, man.
The great thief Yatagarasu. After all that time, the true identity of the thief sank back into the darkness. Burn Faraday, Callisto Yu, and Kay Faraday. The phantasmagorically changing identity of the great thief Yatagarasu. And the Yatagarasu's real goal. It would all come to light the day after I made that promise to Kay.
Oh! Dang.
Dude.
That was a good one.
That
Yeah.
was, yeah.
Yeah, that ending was really good.
Mm-hmm.
I really feel like like, Edgeworth is really growing as a character.
Yeah, for real.
It feels like he's just like solving his traumatic experiences one by one, like
Yeah.
checking them off the
Yeah.
list. And like how people like seek him out so feverishly.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I'm sure that is helping his self-image a lot.
Yeah.
And especially it definitely seems like a drastic change coming up in the next game,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't really remember how how the two of them link story-wise, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
So much happens in that game.
I miss Phoenix a little bit now.
Yeah, we're
It's
not
been so
gonna
long.
It's gonna be a minute till we see Phoenix, which is kind
Mm.
of like
Oh yeah.
lore that kind of fits in with
Mm.
what we're gonna be doing when we see him again.
Yeah.
The fact that we're not seeing him for a while right now. But that's
Okay.
all I'll say about that.
Oh, okay.
Isn't Phoenix like not in the
Phoenix
The
I
is
miss
next-
Phoenix.
yeah, Phoenix isn't in
next couple games, right?
Whoa.
he's not till Apollo Justice,
Oh, dang.
which is we're gonna finish this game, and then he's not in Investigations 2. And then I believe Apollo Justice is the next game we play after that one.
Mm.
And he shows
Okay.
up there.
Dang.
We'll make it to Chronicles one day. Please subscribe.
I
One
mean,
day.
with Apollo Justice, we'll be getting there pretty quick. We'll be
Will we?
closer than
Yeah.
farther at that point.
Really?
Yeah, because after Apollo Justice is the other.
Aren't there like 3 other games after that?
It's Dual Destinies, Spirit of Justice, and then we can do, I guess, either one after that.
I want to play Chronicles so bad.
But yeah, I mean, I'm excited to finish up this this game firstly. So we're finished with Ace Attorney for this year.
Dang.
We're gonna
Yeah.
start episode 5 sometime in January.
Yeah.
For the rest of this month, we're gonna try to think of some fun, festive Christmas themed episodes.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So maybe some hand cam, maybe something
Yeah.
else. But yeah, we're gonna keep streaming on Tuesday and Friday, I think.
We're gonna plan some things out, organize a little bit better, and get some stuff rolling for you guys.
Oh yeah, I would also encourage everyone to follow our Blue Sky page.
Mhm.
Eclipse. I think on Blue Sky it's -BT.
Just
so.
just search every possible avenue until you find us.
Because I do the social media and I much prefer Blue Sky, so the Blue Sky gets all the updates first. And we have stuff to announce coming up. So this month we have a lot of stuff at least one. We have at least one thing to announce. But yeah. Follow our Blue Sky or Twitter. We have both. We'll also share it in the Discord server, which is linked in the description.
Yeah.
But that's going to be it for today. Thank you guys very much for watching. We will join you on... we will join you on Tuesday.
Eventually.
We'll be back with another stream on Tuesday, but not on Friday. So we'll see you guys. The eclipse.
We'll rise
rise
again.
again.
All right, see ya.
Yee.
Bye.
Bye. Goodbye.